a group of hotels. We have 4 hotels in a head office scenario. I've worked for the business for 14 years, and I problem solve is probably the easiest way to explain my role. Okay, we were operating with a server. The server was drawing near to the end of its life, so it was crashing a lot. And what we were experiencing was that we had lots of external suppliers that wanted to plug into our network to do different things. So with the new, generation of IT savvy bits and pieces, we had electronic screens, we had electronic betting and all sorts of things, and they were all just plugging into our network. So we had no control over who was plugging into what. Our server was under lots and lots of duress and was crashing. And we had no IT savvy people to assist us with that. So the small problems that we faced were that the printers would stop working, that email addresses would drop out, and so on and so forth. But the big things that we were having were that our members weren't able to access their membership information, our tills kept crashing, and we were under lots of stress. So we dropped sales, which is obviously, you can't necessarily put it directly down to that, but we were not able to meet our customers' expectations, so therefore the customers go elsewhere. When you're in a very competitive industry like hospitality, they'll go down the road, and if down the road their network is working and they're able to access the promised technology, well, that's exactly what they'll do. So we were impacted we were losing sales. Our staff were stressed. I can't say that we had an impact with sick days or anything like that, but the morale drops. And then when the morale drops, the customers feel it. When the customers feel it, they don't come back. So it's a financial situation as well. We talked to many people. We talked to people in the industry. We talked to some other people that do a similar role to me, who basically the industry is quite small, so the network is quite big. So I was on the phone talking to other people within the group that have the similar setup as us. What do you do? How do you do it? Who do you do it with? I spoke to our other service providers, so our stock control system. I spoke to the guys that look after OSS, which is a gold coin scenario, so that's your accounting packages within the gaming. So as many people as I knew within the industry I spoke to. I got contacts of people that provided an IT service, and I got them all in. I had no idea what I was talking about, but I tried to chart and measure like for like. From there I met with the team, and it really came down to we can find a cheaper solution, we can find a more expensive solution. But what I actually signed on was probably the medium pricing, but the better relationship. I found that in speaking to both Paul and Rob, that they were direct and what I was looking for. I'm a very direct person. I don't like surprises. I like everything to be laid on the table, and that's what I got. So it's almost when you go and you want to buy a new house and you look at it and you say, you go and have a look at one of the models that are on display, but that's not what they're selling you. They're selling you the watered down version, and everything's an addition. And this is what I said to them: don't give me addition and don't give me surprises. Give it to me straight and tell me what you're going to do for me. They accepted my style and worked very well with that, which is why they won the deal, and we haven't looked back. It's a managed services position. What does that mean from a technical perspective? I don't really know. I just ring up and say I've got a problem, and the problem's resolved. So what is that worth? Well, my team are not stressed. The external suppliers that want to plug into our network are filtered. So I'm comfortable that a new screen for the tab isn't going to take down our network. So from a managed services perspective, we've got some businesses outside of the walls in which we are located, and they've had no problem either. So for me, that's a whole lot easier. Zynet look after everything. That's pretty much how I see it. I have to be honest and say that I expected, it's a little bit like that Y2K bug where we worked until after midnight thinking that our computers were all going to crash. We were stressed out about what was going to happen and nothing did. So that's how I explain it. Nothing happened. We switched over. We had a few little technical issues that were resolved very quickly and we didn't really notice anything. So in terms of switching over, I was completely shocked by the ease. The challenges that we faced are really just the education process of where the staff need to go to look. That's going to be with anything. But what we've found is at the other end of the line has been very helpful. We've worked with the guys on trying to ensure that our staff aren't just ringing willy-nilly. So we try to filter the calls that go through so that we're aware, and the guys have filtered what's going back as well. So we're aware of what, we've got control over what's going on. The whole process for me, what does Zynet do for us? Well, they look after everything. And I no longer have to worry about whether the server's online or offline or the tools aren't working or any of that type of thing. The effect to the business has been that we haven't been offline, that our members are receiving the benefits, and that each time we've had something that's been a little bit outside of our understanding, I've been able to have Rob present and he gives me the watered down version. So the effects to the business have been that we now understand a little bit more and we've got somebody that we can ask for guidance. So I guess what's important is that we've got the foundation that we can build on. So when technology comes our way in advancements, we're able to put them in seamlessly. So it's very hard to measure what their savings are or what the benefits are to the business, because it's not an increase in sales or anything like that, but it's an increase in capability to allow us to increase our sales. I'm very aware that when I ask Rob for an honest opinion, he tells me, he gives me the pros and the cons. He doesn't give me a position on whether I should or I shouldn't, he just outlines it for me, so I'm making that decision. So in terms of dealing with our suppliers, he's very fair and reasonable with his position on it, and he tells me what, I guess, challenges we're going to face if we implement those scenarios. So I would say that the integrity and the honesty speaks volumes, and I would say that I can ring, and even if it isn't under their, it's not something that they're looking after, he's going to give me an opinion and he'll tell me that that's what it is and it's opinion. I would prefer to do business with people that are going to be honest and upfront with me. And in saying that, it's not all about price. So, every time, again, go back to the house scenario, I would like a different tap, well, that's this. And I would like information on that, well, that costs you this. That's not what you get. You get honest advice and then you do with it what you will. So in terms of a business and a business model, the integrity speaks volumes for me.